Animal Protection Laws of the World, Part 16, Animal Cruelty-Related Provisions within Other Laws.
Somalia, Penal Code. Article 562 on cruelty to animals states that those who inflict cruelty to an animal or subject animals to excessive labor, torture, or experimentation that arouses disgust shall be punished with a fine.
South Sudan, Penal Code Act 2008. Whoever cruelly beats, tortures, or otherwise ill-treats any domestic, tame, or wild animal shall be sentenced to imprisonment or with a fine. Whoever overdrives or overloads an animal or neglects any animal as to cause the animal suffering shall also be punished with imprisonment or a fine.
Spain, Article 337 of the Criminal Code. The abuse or killing of animals is punished in Spain with fines and jail sentences of up to 18 months.
Sudan Penal Code 2003, Chapter 20 provides for penalties of a fine and/or jail term for the ill-treatment, overriding, or neglect of animals.
Suriname, Penal Code. A person who intentionally causes an animal pain or injury is liable to incarceration of up to 6 months or a fine of up to 165 euros. Overworking an animal or causing an animal to be transported in a painful manner also incurs a fine or jail sentence.
Tatarstan, Russia, Law Number 16-3PT on keeping pets. Section 7 states that caregivers are required to prevent cruelty to their pets and adequately care for their natural needs.
Togo, Penal Code. Poisoning pets and certain animals is an offense punishable by imprisonment of up to 5 years and a fine of up to 1 million West African CFA francs or $1,700. Those who unnecessarily kill or maim those animals shall be imprisoned for up to 1 year. Other acts of cruelty to animals are punishable by fines.
Tokelau, New Zealand, Animal Regulations 1991. A fine shall be imposed for offences such as the intentional inflicting of pain, suffering, or distress to any animal, neglecting to properly care for an animal, or keeping any animal tied up or closely confined for an unreasonable period.
Tonga, Pounds and Animals Act. Animals are protected from being cruelly treated, overworked, overloaded, or used in an unfit condition or driven to an unfit condition. Penalties include up to 6 months in prison and a small fine. Owners who allow their animals to be mistreated can be imprisoned for up to 3 months and a small fine.
Trinidad and Tobago, Summary Offences Act. A fine or 2 months of imprisonment shall be imposed on any person who cruelly beats, ill-treats, starves, overdrives, overrides, overloads, abuses, or tortures any animal, or is involved in the fighting or baiting of any animal, domestic or wild.
Tunisia, Penal Code. Sections 3 and 4 state that those who mistreat domestic animals of their own or belonging to others are subject to penalties of a fine and imprisonment.
Turks and Caicos Islands Animal Health Ordinance specified animals have the right to freedom from hunger, thirst, discomfort, pain, injury and fear, etc. Anyone who mistreats an animal commits an offense, punishable by a fine of $5,000 and or a 6-month jail sentence, with increased penalties for a subsequent offense.
Tuvalu, Penal Code. Any person who intentionally and unlawfully kills, maims or wounds any animal or bird capable of being stolen is guilty of a misdemeanor.
United States Virgin Islands Code. Acts of animal abuse and neglect are considered misdemeanors or felonies, with the maximum punishment being 2 years of imprisonment and a $5,000 fine.
Uzbekistan, Article 111 of the Administrative Liability Code. In 2019, the Uzbek government increased fine penalties for killing or harming animals in response to a petition by the public who is showing growing interest in animal welfare.
Wallace and Fortuna, Penal Code. The unnecessary serious maltreatment towards any domestic, tame, or captive animal is punishable by 2 years imprisonment and a fine of €30,000.
Yemen, Law Number 12 concerning crimes and penalties, 1994. Anyone who kills or inflicts severe harm needlessly to livestock or riding animals belonging to others shall be punished by imprisonment for up to 3 years.
Zanzibar, Penal Decree Act No. 6, 2004. Any person who willfully and unlawfully kills, maims, or wounds any animal capable of being stolen is guilty of a misdemeanor.
Thank you, and may heaven bless and shield you, those countries that protect the innocent animals.
If we have missed out on your country's protective noble law due to unavailable data, we sincerely apologise. This list will be updated according to newfound info.
More and more awesome news for animals is coming. For more details, please visit suprememastertv.com/GCA.